On the ground here for the Eden fire. We are currently at Lake Avenue and Murata Place, and really fire is all around us. When you look this way, you can see that homes are on fire and emergency crews are responding to this area, doing the very best they can. I guess if there is a silver lining that you can say is it appears that fire crews do have access to water in this neighborhood, so they are doing their best to fight the fire. But you can see this van is engulfed in flames, and now more of this building right here is engulfed as well. So it appears a lot of people are evacuating, but we did hear police over the loudspeaker telling people on this street that they have to evacuate no matter what. They've got to get up. If they're sleeping, they've got to get out of this area because it is really becoming quite a dangerous situation. But if we come over this way as well, you can see that fire crews have now just tapped another fire hydrant, trying to get water to this area to try to fight these flames as best they can. But you really have to feel for people in this community, because it is a feeling of hopelessness, because on top of needing to fight these flames, you're also talking about heavy winds that are making the conditions much more difficult for fire crews to fight this fire as well. And once they end up putting out one portion of the fire, another fire ends up sparking, and that's because there are embers that are flying everywhere as well. I just spoke to a man before I got on air with you, and he was telling me this is really devastating for him to see, because this is where he grew up. So he has family members whose homes are on fire, and it's just, you think about all the memories that go with a home. So a lot of people are leaving this area. They're trying to find somewhere to go. There are evacuation centers that are in place, such as the Pasadena Convention Center, but some people are also trying to see if they can link up with family and friends and stay with them. Another man who I spoke to said he and his girlfriend fled to La Cañada, Flint Ridge, but of course now La Cañada is also under evacuation. The entire area of La Cañada, Flint Ridge is under emergency evacuation order. So as we continue to walk up Lake Avenue here, you can see there are a number of emergency responders that are responding to this area. You've got ambulances, you've also got police officers on top of fire crews as well. And what's really frightening for people, I think, is the fact that there are constant explosions as well, because you have a lot of vehicles that are burning and exploding. So I'm going to send it back to you guys while we show you more of the area that is engulfed in flames.
Shalom, family. So as we just seen on this clip, the raging fire that's going on in California right now, that is sweeping across LA, that allegedly has claimed a couple of lives, and as a lot of people is evacuating, and the governor is calling for a state of emergency at this time. And not only just the fires, but I mean, this winter storm that's been, coming across a lot of states, as well as down here in Houston as well. And it's just a lot that's going on. And I don't believe that a lot of our people are aware of a lot of these things. I mean, there has been a lot of distractions going on, but also as fatalities has been happening. I mean, the New Orleans, Las Vegas, a lot of other different things that's been taking place and going on. And just a lot of our people is just not aware of these things. And I know a lot of people most likely has seen these California fires on social media and different things like that. I actually experienced one back in 2003 as I, for a short time, lived in California myself, on the South California and also in Northern California. So I am kind of familiar with these things. But family, we have to get real. Can we talk or not talk? That we have to discern the times. That we really need to recognize what is going on right now in this time. I mean, I know they almost every year always have wildfires, but this thing is just worse than what they have seen for sure. And we have to understand, family, no matter if people believe it or not, the end times are here. Judgment on this land is here. And I don't think that a lot of our people are considering their ways. I don't think a lot of our people are considering what is happening and what is going on. I mean, it's a lot of distractions, a lot of things that people are putting out. But the real things that is going on, a lot of people don't report on these things. A lot of people, it's not educating our people to look at these things. I mean, I want to give a shout out to my brother, Barack from War Sheet Podcast. I definitely encourage everybody to check him out, as he put out a very, very great video last night. And we're just speaking on some things that is going on in other countries as these people are get stronger. I mean, these people are recruiting. These people are training up their armies and all these different things. And just for what that lady was saying yesterday was, man, an eye-opener. So once again, shalom to my brother Barack at War Sheet Podcast. I encourage everybody to check that out. And family, these are things that a lot of our people don't know, don't understand, or don't even want to understand, because we're so buried down in, what's the new dance on TikTok, or Jay-Z and Diddy, or now the distraction with Skip, with the ESPN thing that's going on, and that woman, and all these other different distractions. And these things are, being fled or flooded into social media right now, where a lot of people who do content and stuff like that, they are reporting on these things. And, but real things are happening. I mean, if you just look at that clip, I mean, man, it's a lot of discouraging things these to look at. And I don't think a lot of people are discerning the times right now, the times that we're living in. I mean, these are the times for us to prepare. This is the time for us to, first of all, spiritually be connected to the Father, Abba Yah, as we call it in Hebrew, and truly preparing ourselves, spiritually, mentally, and physically, like I always like to say, because, a lot of people's going to be caught unaware. And the people who's not considering their ways and not understanding what is taking place right now, it's going to be a lot of people who it's not going to be ready. And like I always like to say, this is not to cause fear on nobody, but truly just discern the times, see what's going on out here. I mean, it's winter here, is the fires, it's all these different things. I mean, and this so-called New Year that a lot of people celebrate in January, I mean, it's kicking off with a lot of things. Even before this so-called New Year, it was a lot of things that was happening that's coming in. And there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know or don't understand. And especially for us who are the believers of the Most High, we have to truly prepare ourselves. We have to make sure our house is in order and get things into perspective and, truly be ready for what is happening. Because family, this is pretty bad. I mean, for what I have seen, on the news and different things like that, as I was, kind of looking at a few clips and different things that is taking place in the LA area, and I believe it's Santa Monica as well, that, man, this thing is bad. And we have to truly be ready. Truly be ready. And make our election sure, make sure that we're staying focused on the Most High, that we're making sure that we're not participating, going into all of these large crowds. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of people down there in New Orleans who are going to be going to a Mardi Gras where they do all these different things, showing women's breasts and throwing beads and sacrificing foods and drinks to all of these strange gods as they do voodoo and all type of wickedness and things that we have no business be doing. We have to stay away from these things and also realize that, they always put these throw off type of stories out here to throw you off and to keep your mind focused on things that it's really not of importance. If we know what's going on in other nations and also know what's going on within this own government here and the distractions and the type of things that they are doing. Because family, this is the time to truly be prepared for us, that's include me, to make sure that we're on the right side of righteousness. Because no matter if you believe it or you don't, the end times are here. So focusing on our spiritual walk with the Most High is definitely something that we need to be doing, focusing on. Making sure that everything is in order with us. And that starts with the inner man first. And also making sure that, we just be aware of these things. Just being mindful of things that is going on around us. And not just following all these trends. Because there's a lot of people out here, man, they just don't care. They rather, focus on what's going on TikTok and all these other different distractions that really don't mean nothing. And I truly believe that the Most High is, placing certain people in place to not only just, spread his gospel, but also to bring these type of things to the people. For the very elect who is keeping their eyes open, discerning the times. This is something that we truly need to be doing at this time, and something that I'm staying focused on too as well. It's just making sure that I'm on the right side of righteousness. Making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to be doing spiritually and physically. Because family, if we look at patterns, he's had a lot of these things happen. So just be mindful and consider what is going on around us, what's going on in this world. Not to get too deep in it, but just be aware, just understanding it. These fires are growing rapidly. And there's a lot of people who have to flee, have to go. It's caught a lot of people unaware. So family, just prepare yourself. Make sure that you're staying focused out here. Make sure that you discerning the times. Staying in scriptures, meditating on his word. Just make sure that we see what's going on. And that we on the side of righteousness. That we don't get caught up in these different things, and just stay focused on the Most High. I know a lot of news outlets, they bring half truth and a lot of lies. Just chew the meat, spit out the bone. But I'm just bringing this to the people. Just be aware. But before anything, stay connected to the Most High Yah. Make your election sure. Consider your ways. Repent, for the kingdom of Yah is at hand. Peace and blessings, family, and shalom.